العالمين الرحمن الرحيم.
Pretty cool, like it cooks for you, it cleans for you, it does all kinds of stuff that nobody can imagine, but it has certain things that you can't throw in the microwave, you can't put it in water, right? You're not gonna just take it and just toss it and be like, go for it, right? You're gonna be like, I'm gonna send you some instructions how to use it, right? Any phone you buy, it's gonna come with instructions. I gotta catch up to people, man. Buy, it's going to come with a little user manual. Like I'm in the med device industry, whenever we make something new, we send an IFU, instructions for use. Because us as manufacturers, we think we need to let people know how to use this the best way. But our creator is going to be more intelligent than that, right? I mean, if he created the universe and made us, he's going to be greater than that. So no doubt he's going to send some guidance, right? So that guidance is going to come in one form, which is prophets, which will lead the best life, to show an example. Like from Adam to Noah to Abraham to Moses, they all had the same message, right? What are the 10 commandments? First commandment, hear, O Israel, your Lord is one. Not three, not two, not two and a half, one, right? Second commandment, don't worship idols. How beautiful is that? How simple is that, right? That's the same message Jesus brought. But then people, they changed it up. Greek and Romans, and they had their own philosophy. They wanted to bring Zeus and Hercules and all that into it. They wanted to bring Christmas into it. You see Christmas in the Bible. They wanted to bring Easter into it. You don't see Easter in the Bible. The Catholic brought confession. Other people brought whatever they bring. But none of that is the way Jesus is. Like you look at a church today, how did they pray? Some are like this, some are like this, right? How did Jesus pray? In the Bible, he put his head on the ground. Like you see your husband who'll be praying with his head on the ground, like Jesus, like Abraham, Moses in the Bible, like the Prophet Muhammad.
We have to come.
So isn't that beautiful to worship the Creator in the way that all the prophets showed us, in those guides that showed us? Right? You believe in that? You're a Muslim. Right? You already believe in one God. You don't believe in the man, you don't believe in the monkey, right? Right or wrong? You don't think God's a monkey, right? I'm just making sure, right? Because there's Hindus out there that think God's a monkey. They be worshiping monkeys and dudes with elephant heads and stuff, right? 12-headed guys, kind of freaks me out, yeah, right? But as Muslims, you have the belief in one God, and you already have that, right? We believe in all the prophets. We think Moses, Abraham, Jesus, Muhammad, all good people. Peace and blessings be upon them. They were the guides. You don't worship the guide, right? You follow the guide, right? Jesus says the Father is greater than I. In the Bible, even with all the corruption today, right? But Christians tell you they're equal. But if you open the Bible, they're not equal. Jesus is praying to God, to his Father, according to the Bible, right? If we're equal and one is praying to the other, that's not equal. Jesus says, my God. But the Father never calls Jesus my God. Right? So you see, what they teach us in churches and stuff, and what's in the Bible doesn't match. Because a lot of what's in the Bible has been changed, added, some anonymous authors and all of that. The Quran, pure words of Allah. Not the words of Muhammad, not the words of companions, peace and blessings on the Prophet, and Allah be pleased with companions, but these are the words of God. Like, how beautiful is that you'll be getting a message directly from your Creator, not some Greek Shamaster dude writing some kind of a gospel and naming it after people. No, pure message. Wouldn't you want to believe them? Alright, so ready to be a Muslim? Let's do it! Why not? You have the belief, you have the husband, you have, nobody's going to force you to do anything, right? If you have the belief, be a Muslim. And then your husband and the community will teach you slowly and slowly. Take your time, no pressure, right? But don't wait too long, because what the devil does, he makes you procrastinate, right? Your husband's already there, learn with him, work together, build a good Muslim household. Thank you. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care. Jazak Allah Khair. Styles of writing, how to write the Quran. And many people, unfortunately, think that this means that there is a different Quran if it's written differently, right? We want to clarify this. The Arabic script has gone through stages, right? If you see on your screen today, number one, this is a very early script, right? The Mus'haf of Uthman radiallahu anhu is going to be written in a script similar to this. You see there are no dots, there are no vowel sounds, meaning there's no sound that tells this is a oo or this is going to be stretched, which we call harakat, yani the fatha, damma, kasra, pesh, zabar, Zair, all those kinds of things are not present here, right? This is pure Arabic writing in the early Hijazi Kufi script. And the Arab at that time, they would know that this is a ba or a fa or a qaf and so on, knowing that they would know this is a jim and this is a kha and this is a ha, and they didn't need the dots. As the non-Arabic speakers started to become the majority of the Muslim Ummah, they would not know how to pronounce some of these letters. And the great scholars like Abu Asad al-Duhili and others, and this is in the Khilaf of Ali radiallahu anhu, which is very early on, started to use dots not to differentiate letters from other letters, but rather to differentiate on how you pronounce the letters, how to make it a full mouth letter or a light letter, to pronounce it stronger or lighter, and so on. So this developed the Arabic language. That didn't change the meaning, it didn't change the words, it just added marks to be able to pronounce it easier. As we see that continue, for example, the shadda was added later, right? To know that this is a letter you should pronounce in a double sound. The Arab already did that, but this is for those who are not eloquent with the Arabic language. And then you see the dot under the ba and the noon being added later on. These letters were later standardized, and there's a process that it went through. So there wasn't always this way, right? They were later standardized. And this sequence of lettering, huruf al-hija, is memorized today around the Muslim world. Anywhere you go in the Muslim world, you will find alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, zal, ra, za, sin, shin, sa, da, ta, and so on. You will see little rhymes to be able to memorize them for little kids, and the fa and the qaf will be written in this standard format today. Today, this is the standard format used. And styles of writing may be a little bit different, but the sequencing, for example, the Arabic letters under the Maghribi script used to be different. This was the Mashriqi script and so on, and this is the standard today. Now there are styles that were old style. The Mashriq style, Khat al-Mashriq, it will be stretched out. This, if you look at this, this is a stretched out. Today, for calligraphy, some people still use this, but this font is no longer used as a standard today, right? It would be very difficult for somebody who doesn't know that chapter to be able to read from this kind of writing without the dots and so on being as we are used to seeing nowadays. This one does have the dots and so on, but no fatha, dhamma, kasra and so on. This is not the standard of writing, but this is one of the earlier styles. We have the Hijazi script. Now, this Hijazi script was used very early on. But again, today, writing like this would be very difficult because there are no dots in this to know if this is a fa or a qaf or a jim or a ha. You would have to know the word itself. There is the Kufi script, and this you will find is a very classic script as well. Here, these dots that are added are not added for differentiating a fa and a qaf and so on. This is also for pronunciation purposes, right? You have the Tawqih script here. This is also a classic script. You will notice something different about this script. If you look at the fi, the two dots are on top of the ya instead of the bottom and so on. This was used. It will not be used today, but this was used at a time, and today it will be used mostly in calligraphy and so on. Then you have the Andalusi script, and this is something that came up in a discussion or debate recently, and some of the people felt that maybe I wasn't aware of them, but of course we're aware of them. We study these in ulum of Quran and so on. The Andalusi scripts were a very later development in Andalus, where when Islam reached these areas, they started to develop different styles of writing for a people that were not native to Arabic. So you had a Mashriqi and a Maghribi, and there were slight differences. For example, in the Mashriqi, which became the standard, which is the standard today, the fa had the dot on top, and the Maghribi was on bottom. In the Mashriqi, there were two dots on top, and in the Maghribi, for the qaf, there was one dot. Now, this is not a difference in recitation of Warsh and Qur'an and Hafs and Qalun. Many people sent some messages to try to help, and they were like, oh, the Warsh Qur'an is written like this. That is a mistake. That is ignorance to say that. This is a style of writing. You can write the recitation of Hafs or Qalun or Warsh or Qunbul or anything else, Ibn Kathir and Susi and Ibn Amir, any one of them can be written in these different style of writing. Right? We do find some areas that recite Warsh still using the Maghribi script, but again, that is not a standard, and nor is that related to the Qur'an itself. And I will explain that inshallah. But here you will find between the Andalusi scripts, their styles of writing, you will find a difference in dotting and so on and so on. None of that changes the meaning. All of that has just to do with styles of writing. None of that is tied to the Qur'an itself. Is Warsh a writing style? Some people messaged me, oh, in the Warsh Qur'an, this is your mistake. That is not true. When we look at this style, and this is some of the Islamophobes today trying to find ways to try to criticize the Quran when they cannot. Unfortunately, when they try, they put forward this saying this is the Warsh writing. And they wrote this, which they took from a script that is the Andalusi Maghribi script. In the Andalusi Maghribi script, this would be pronounced as Qutila. Right? But as you can see in this clip here,
all right, show me here.
All right, good.
Why say Qattal and Fattal? Okay, what's the difference? Okay, yeah.
They always.
Yeah. All right.
This is amazing.
Yeah, all right.
Hold on. Back up.
Sure.
Back up.
Sure.
All right. Now look at this. What did he say? Why does it say what?
Fattal.
Fatal.
Yeah.
There is no riwayat with fatal.
Okay.
You're a liar.
Look, okay, that's
Now
fine.
you're caught.
No, that's
No.
not right.
Let me speak now.
It's
Let
not-
me speak.
Okay.
This man is so ignorant.
Okay.
He is such a liar
Okay.
that his printouts are filled with lies. Now I'm going to show it to the world.
Okay.
The world's going to see kaisa jhoota banda hai.
Sure, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, yeah.
Now, he says that in the recitation from Warsh, it says futila. Futila. And in the recitation from Hafs, it says qatila. Okay? He's laughing, and everybody's laughing
That's
because
okay.
there is no such Warsh recitation.
when I asked him to pronounce it, he pronounced it as a fa, right? Which is not in the Warsh recitation. This is a mistake, this is a lie. He made this up. There is no such letter used to put a fa in this word in the Quran. This is a copy from my own collection, my own library, and this is the Quran, written with the markings to help recite in the way of Warsh. Warsh and Nafi'. And you will find here that this is written in the Mashriqi style, not the Maghribi style. So them saying that this is the Warsh writing and has some kind of a contradiction with the Hafs writing is just stupidity. This is not true. Malik is not Malik. It is written according to the way you recite with Warsh. But it is not using the Maghribi style. Here, I will show you what the Maghribi style does look like. And these both that you have on your screen are with the same recitation of Warsh. This is not Hafs and Warsh and Ibn Amir or Qalun. This is the same recitation, but it's written with two different scripts. The one on the left is written in the Maghribi script, and the one on the right is written in the Mashriqi, which has become the standard in the Ummah today, no matter which qira'at you're using. So, what does that tell you? That for them to make an accusation that there is a contradiction between Warsh and Hafs, and this is foolishness. These are just styles of writing. If he had recited it correctly, meaning if he had recited the fa, ta, la with the dot on top as qutila, I would have then explained to him the difference in writing, but he did not. Writing styles do not change the meaning. Meaning, just because there are different styles to write, from the Kufi script or the Andalusi scripts that come with Maghribi and Mashriqi and Mabsut and all the different types of scripts that we have, these are styles of writing. What I have in front of you right now are English writing. This is English. Today, as an English speaker, when I look at this, it's very hard for me to read this because we don't write like this today. But that doesn't mean that any of this is changed. You can write it in that style, or today's style, you can write it in cursive of print. Like in English, we can write something in cursive, except for the younger generation, they don't know how to write cursive anymore. But if you write it in cursive or you write it in print, it doesn't change the meaning, right? As long as the meaning is preserved, the sounds and pronunciation is preserved, it does not change the meaning. And no doubt with the Quran, the sounds, the pronunciation, the word, all of that is preserved. Even if there is a difference in recitation, all of that, the different qira'at, will be proven authentically through multiple mutawatir chains, all the way back to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and through him, through Jibreel, back to Allah, Rabbana subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of that will be in accordance to one Quran. There is only one Quran. That is the Quran, the collection that was standardized and sent out by Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu, and before him, in the time of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and before him, that Quran was written down in with different people in different areas and memorized word by word, letter by letter, from beginning to end in the lifetime of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Now, as digital technology develops, writing styles will be more computerized and so on, no doubt this will develop, styles of writing will develop, but all of that will be the same meaning, the same pronunciation. We have those qurra that are still memorizing the Quran, word by word, letter by letter, pronunciation by pronunciation, with their chains of teachers accrediting them asanid all the way back to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. And we still have those original manuscripts written in the Kufic and Hijazi scripts that are there, carbon dated, that we can always go back and consult and review to make sure that no letter, no word, not even the sounds can be altered from the message that was revealed from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Jibreel alayhi salam to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him.